Welcome back, everyone. It's great having you here. I'm simply remaking and updating my Herbal Glide body powder. This is my replacement for talc powder. I use this myself, and I have made one change to it over the last year, which will actually be changing in my shop as well. But one of the things that I've changed, probably the primary thing, is that I'm adding the briar root that I have ground up, or that I'm going to be grinding up. I've chopped it up kind of roughly here for some other tinctures and things, but because this is going into a powder, I'm going to be breaking it down. As I've done in the past, I've got my chamomile flowers and lavender. These will be the key botanicals in this. Now, why am I adding the briar root that has been chopped? Why is that going in here? Well, I use it in my deodorant sticks that I sell in my shop because of its antibacterial properties. It's why it works so well in deodorants. The way that the amounts that I put in it, it helps to kill the bacteria that cause stinkiness under our arms. And since powder is oftentimes used, especially during the summer, in areas where we perspire, such as the groin area, or our rear section, or under our breasts, or behind our necks, and all sorts of different places. Of course, you want it to smell nice or have no scent at all. This will have some scent from the natural botanicals. But you also want to make sure that you don't smell. And so by the stink is probably the better word. So by using the antibacterial properties of the briar root, I'm able to create a odor-fighting powder while not adding anything that's unnecessary. All right, so to the mixer, I'm adding in let me scooch this over a little better so you can see it, the lavender and our chamomile. These are the botanicals. This is just an example that I'm doing for you, but I thought you'd want to see how I make this. So we're going to turn it on low first. That smells wonderful. All right. And here we have our finely ground botanicals. And it is a fine powder, but it's going to get even finer because I'm now going to filter this in a sieve. All right. I'm now going to add in the tapioca, the arrowroot, and kale and clay blend. Oop, I'm a little messy. And there we have our herbal blend Herbal Glide powder. Isn't that great? Smells wonderful. You can smell that lavender and the chamomile, but it's very light. So as you can see, I make this in pretty large batches because it sells really well here. Where I live, it is our Texas summers have already started here. I know many of you are still in the grip of winter, but here it's already warm. It's getting close to 80 degrees. Matter of fact, I think next week it is estimated to be above 80, like 82. So we start perspiring a little early, and as such, powders and things such as that are quite welcome to help with, you know, of course, with wetness, but also with odor. And I would suggest, if you plan on making and selling your own powders, get some of these eco containers. They're really easy to use, and they're effective, and you're doing a little bit for the environment rather than using plastics. I do use plastics, and the roll-on ones, no one has created a craft paper roll-on yet. So as soon as they do, I'll switch to those. And they're a little tricky at first, but you just push them in and then slide the screen down inside, and there you have your powder, your lid, and I label them like so. This is just because this is my Herbal Glide, not too complicated. For filling the smaller containers, let me show you. All right, for these type, you can spoon it in like this. It's going to be a little messier, but I found that a plastic oil funnel works really well. I've cut this one a little bigger than I need. I needed to keep it a little smaller at the end, but it'll still work. I've done this enough times. I still will probably make a mess, but at least I know that it will get it into the container. I think one more, I'll do the trick. There we go. Screw on the top, and you have a roll-on powder. I guess I'm going to keep this one because I'm going to show you how it works. You simply roll on the powder. Do you see how smooth that is? That way you don't have a lot of waste. You can see the white. It's very, very light. So this is more for those more delicate places where you don't want a whole lot of powder on. But if you have a larger need, then something like this, where you have the ability to shake it out. It's a very smooth, kind of a silky powder. The combination of the arrowroot, the tapioca, and the clay, I think just makes a very nice cover. Now my hands are, if you were looking to dry your hands, this would be the trick. But yeah, that's it. It's nothing complicated. This is something you can do yourself if you want for your customers. I have this already available in my shop. I've been selling it since I opened my shop 3 years ago, and it is a really good seller. But if it's something you're interested in, ta-da! I hope you enjoyed this, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you back soon. Goodbye!